Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing well. So I'm going to be doing a sort of like mini series for ESO where I talk about different parts of the game. These videos will include a combination of different things to do with ESO, and it will include aspects of like a review. Some of the stuff will be facts, some of it will be tips, and as well as my personal opinions and thoughts on ESO, and just generally sharing some things about the game. So I'm not exactly very good at structuring my videos, so this whole little mini series is gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I don't know, I just kind of really wanted to do it, something different to try at least. So I'm gonna try my hardest not to veer off topic of each video, because each video will have different topics. Some of them will have two topics into one, yada yada. So I hope this will be something that you guys enjoy. I apologize in advance if I veer off, but buckle up because it might get a little bit messy. So first off, some things are going to be obviously just my own thoughts, wants, opinions about different whatever the subject is that I'm talking about. So if you don't agree with that, obviously it's absolutely fine. So I have over 6,000 hours in the game currently, and I have completed most, if not all, of the content it has to offer at least once, but I'm not including some vet trials within that or content, just because I've done all of the trials that are available. Some of them I've done with vet, some of them I haven't, because I'm not in a trial guild, and for some trials on vet, especially DLC ones, it's not a good idea to pug a group like that. Different subject. So yeah, I've pretty much done all of the content in the game minus a few vet trials. And I have not been playing since launch, so I believe I got the game in 2017, but have pretty much basically been playing daily since I got the game, with the occasional week here and there where I haven't. So yeah, just a little background on how long I've been playing, I guess, maybe a little bit unnecessary. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the first topic and the first video of this little mini series. And the first topic we're going to be talking about is housing. So you guys probably know already how I feel about housing. So housing is something that I really enjoy in ESO, as there's so much you can do with it. There's lots of things that you can do creative wise. There are not very many barriers as to where you can place furnishing items in homes. Most homes have the invisible walls around the perimeters or stuff like that, but generally the spaces are enough to get a fair bit creative with, and there's no limit of you putting an item inside another item. You can combine items and make kind of whatever you want. My personal favorite type of homes are definitely the ones that come with some sort of water or grassy areas. I don't know what it is, but a beach type side vibe, or something that comes with a lake and some grass and stuff like that. They're just my all-time favorite type of homes, because I really enjoy making little enchanted forests and building around the ponds or waterfalls, adding lots of flowers and stuff like that. I do have a whole playlist of my previously built homes. I will leave that in the description if you guys are interested. But not all homes can be purchased with gold, which is something I personally find extremely irritating, as not all homes are available all the time, and you kind of never really know when a specific home will be available again, which really sucks. As far as I'm aware, there are roughly 33 homes that are Crown Store exclusives, which means they cannot be bought with gold. Obviously that's what Crown Store exclusive means, and you never really know when they're going to be available. Most of the homes are on the larger scale of things and are really pretty. One of my favorites that I always think about getting whenever it's in the store is the Grand Topal Hideaway, which it's pretty much this giant island surrounded by beach, surrounded by ocean, and I believe it has a volcano in it, which is kind of cool, but it's just really nice. The only thing that I don't really like about it is the structure that is there, but the like surrounding area is just like really nice. It's because it's surrounded by water, has a large beach area, which is something I really do like the look of. So using that house as an example, whenever it's available, it's 15,000 crowns unfurnished or 18,800 crowns furnished. The Crown Store exclusive homes vary in crown price between furnished and unfurnished, so not every single house will be that much in crowns. There are some that have been as little as 4,000 unfurnished, and then roughly about 6,000 or whatever furnished, but crown prices for homes vary depending on furnished and unfurnished, and depending on the size of them. If the homes were available for gold, I would 100% have so many more of them. I would save up so much, because there are some of them that are so nice that I would absolutely love, but I don't want to spend an excessive amount of crowns on like a single house when there are so many other things in the Crown Store that you could get, not including crates. That's a whole nother topic. Now, I'm not saying that I have never bought a crown only house, because I have, but the ones that I have are not in the really expensive range of like 15,000 crowns. I believe in total I have 4 crown only homes. I think one of those being on the NA server, when I was playing on there more than I was playing on the EU, and another of those being a gift from a very kind stranger around Christmas time, which I did a tour on, and that is the Stillwater's Retreat House. That one is so nice, and it was such a surprise. It was so nice of the kind stranger that gifted it to me. One of the most expensive homes that you can buy with gold is around 4 million or just under. So I would just absolutely freaking love it if, when they had these Crown Store exclusive homes in the Crown Store available, I would just love if they had an option for gold. Even if they upped the gold and they were just like, oh, you pay like 5 million or something like that. I don't know, I just really wish that it had an option. Not only that, is because obviously you never really know when a specific house is going to be coming back into the Crown Store, so it's hard to sometimes save the crowns, I guess, and then it just goes down the whole rabbit hole of, oh, I'll buy some more crowns and stuff like that. It's a horrible little pit to fall into if you like buy homes for crowns and stuff like that anyway. So yeah, being able to buy them with gold would just be so nice, but I think it's pretty safe to say that that will never happen, unfortunately, because they're very greedy about their crowns and their pricing of stuff. So moving on from house pricing, something I always complain about in my house tours, if any of you guys have watched them, is the annoying, ridiculous limit that they have on furnishing space. So depending on what size house you buy, you get a certain amount of furnishing spaces for each category, and the spaces are doubled with an ESO Plus subscription. For example, with ESO Plus, my Stillwater's Retreat home, which is classed as a Crown Store exclusive, has 700 traditional furnishings, 10 special furnishings, 110 collectible furnishings, and 10 special collectibles. Without ESO Plus, those numbers are all halved, and bear in mind, depending on the size of the home you buy, the furniture limit varies, but the numbers that I just listed are the sort of like max amount you can have. So if it's the biggest home that has the max amount of furnishing space, and you have ESO Plus, that is like the limit of the biggest homes. which is definitely not enough. And I think the limit they give, regardless of house size though, is incredibly limited and unfair. I would much prefer them to have one category just overall with like 1,000 slots and everything being combined. I feel like that would be such a better, so I just think that would be such a better use of the stuff. For large homes, the limit of special collectibles is insane, as even with ESO Plus, it's only 10. Now, special collectibles include things like non-combat pets, mounts, house guests like Bastion, or merchants and bankers. So, I would love for all of the categories to just be combined, like I mentioned, but if not, then I would honestly settle for that category alone to get revamped and for us to be able to have a minimum of 20. So doubling that with ESO Plus would be 40 within the larger homes. And then obviously like upping the other furnishing slots too. So traditionals could go up to like 800 or something, but more obviously would be nice. But yeah, if they could combine everything into one category, I think that would be so much better, honestly, because then if you wanted all of your non-combat pets, you freaking could. It would just be like so nice. The reason I focus a lot on the special collectibles, like furnishing slots, sorry, is because they are the things like non-combat pets and mounts, and also house guests. And I would absolutely love to showcase a lot more than what I'm able to in my homes. Now, I have over 150 non-combat pets and over 60 mounts, and having to choose only a maximum of 10 like between them, not including house guests, is so difficult, especially when I want my forest homes to feel so like alive and stuff like that. And then obviously if I wanted a house guest or something, that just limits the number even more. So it sucks. It's really not fun to have to choose between so many. As I mentioned, I am using the Stillwater's Retreat as my example for like the furnishing limits. But as I did say, as you go down in home size, the furnishing limits also decrease, which is just really sucks. It's something I don't know why I feel so passionate about it, but I want more. I want more furnishing space limit. So a little bit about individual furnishing items. There are some items that are only available through the Crown Store, such as snow piles, ice chunks, butterfly flocks, fog, candlefly gatherings, webs, and some other miscellaneous items. It's not like a huge deal, as some are not super expensive, but it's still slightly irritating as there is no other way to get items such as snow or ice just like in the game from a merchant or something like that. Saying this, they have had the candlefly and butterfly flock furnishing items available in crown crates before, but that is again a whole nother ball game. And crown crates also have other special furnishing items in them sometimes, which can look really nice. And obviously those are in crown crates, so you cannot purchase them with gold. The most you could do is buy some crates, hope that you get the furnishing items you like, or buy them for gems, or use the Seals of Endeavours that you get. The event merchant has also at some point in time had a ruby candlefly gathering furnishing item, which was purchasable with tickets, which was super nice. It was nice to see that the event merchant had some like decent stuff, because sometimes I personally don't always like what the event merchant has available, and I think that they should have some more choices a lot of the time. And also the tickets you get through the events, sometimes you have to be really picky whether you want like a new motif or whether you want something else that she has to offer. But continuing with the housing side of things, as I mentioned before, you are able to place companions in your homes, but only once you have achieved a max level with them. So their rapport, you need to have max level of that, it would be nice if once you place your companion in the home, that they wear the clothes that you have chose them to wear, whether it be a costume or something that you created using the outfit station. That would be really nice. I think that would look better rather than them being dressed in their off the clock clothes, I'm gonna call them, that the Zoths have chose specifically for them. Also, it would be really nice if the companion you had selected was able to just follow you into your home instance. I really don't understand why that's not a thing, and like follow you as if they would while you are like roaming Tamriel and stuff. I don't see why this was never implemented in the first place. If they can follow you everywhere, like they can follow you everywhere but they can't follow you into your own house, it's just really weird, because you can have other players visit you, so why can't your companions just follow you? Also, your selected non-combat pet should be able to follow you inside your house, as well as I think you should be able to mount inside your house. Like you should be able to hop on your horse inside your own house. I really don't see why they never implemented that. They're just like small things, but I think they should be allowed, because for some bizarre reason they chose not to allow it. But I don't know, I just find that a little bit annoying and weird. On the topic of placing companions in homes, I would absolutely love to be able to place our characters in homes. So other characters you create, I would love to place them in homes. That would really be nice. Something I personally like doing in ESO is taking screenshots, and I would love to be able to place all my characters in one of my houses to get like screenshots of some of them together. But as I mentioned before, to make this happen, they would really need to increase the furnishing category. I really want more furnishing space. Or just change it up and have like a specific category for house guests rather than putting them in a category with like non-combat pets and stuff like that. It's just really annoying. But please just increase the furnishing level. please. A couple of smaller notes about housing. I would like to get in the beds. It probably sounds like super weird, but you can sit on chairs. Well, you can sit on most of the chairs. I'm looking at you, Solitude Barstool. I was so excited to like be able to sit on that when Greymore come out, and I was looking through the furnishings on PTS, but you cannot sit on that barstool. It sucks. I was so disappointed. You disappoint me. But you can't really use the beds unless you jump on them and use the sleeper mode. Even the 4-poster beds, it's like impossible to get in. But that's just like something that's kind of weird, I guess. But it would be a nice touch, is all I'm saying, if you could actually get in the beds the same as like you can sit on chairs and stuff like that. Other things about housing is there are little tiny like furnishing items that you see around Tamriel, or like in homes and stuff that Zoths have obviously built, but there's a lot of furnishings that I feel like should be a thing for like players. Like you should be able to have like armor racks and be able to put out bows and swords and stuff like that. There's really not a lot. There's a couple of swords that you can place. There are achievement items. You can have a blade of woe, and then there's a sword for Alkira Desert, that's an achievement item that can break. But there's like, that's it. There's like no armor pieces that you can place, as well as there's a lot of foliage and plants and stuff that you see around, and I would really like to have a lot more choice when it comes to, I mean, there is a lot of choice. There's a lot of choice of furnishing items, but I would personally really like them to have more choice. And being able to like make an armory would be so cool, especially seeing as you have like crafting stations, everything like that. You could make like a proper little armory area if you could have furnishing items such as helmets, chests, gloves, arrows, bows, all that kind of stuff would just be like really, really cool to place inside a home. And then there is also some like flowers and stuff like that that I've seen about that you just can't purchase anywhere. So, and a lot of the general furnishing merchants in each town, each alliance, sorry, has like, they kind of have like the same items in them. Some of the items do change, some of them do change, but a lot of them are fairly similar to each other. And I just think more choice for like flowers and stuff like that. I focus again a lot on flowers because I like to do like enchanted forests and stuff like that. And having a water option, there's a couple of waterfalls. Oh no, I don't know if there's a couple of waterfalls. I know there is one waterfall that you can get as, I think it's, I don't know if it's an achievement furnishing piece or whether it's just available through the furnishing vendor in Somerset, but it's like a waterfall. It's really pretty. I've used it a few times. And then there are some, I guess fountains is what they're called, but I feel like having other water sources, more water sources would be really cool. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with it, but I also do think that it's missing some pieces. So that pretty much wraps up the whole housing section. So that was a lot. And no doubt, like down the line or whatever, I will probably find more things to say about the housing. But off the top of my head, from what I have wrote down, because I wrote down notes, that's kind of like the majority of the housing stuff. So I guess that is it for this first part of the little mini series, I guess I'm gonna call it, that I'm gonna do. So if you don't agree with anything I've said, that's absolutely fine. If you have any other furnishing items that you personally would like to see in ESO, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know if you guys have thought of something that I haven't. You probably have, because no doubt, like I said, I'll probably be playing ESO later or something, and there'll be something and I'll be like, I could have spoke about this in the housing section. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, because there will be more like this. Gonna do like a little mini series of stuff to do with ESO. So thank you so much. Hit the like button, leave comments, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, bye.